Hello guys, this is a road trip I'm doing from Newcastle all the way to Meteora in Greece. It's over 4,000 miles across 17 days and 13 countries, driving through France, Switzerland, Italy, the Balkans and more, mostly avoiding big cities as I'm focusing on nature and scenic routes. The final destination is Meteora before heading back to Newcastle, and I'm filming and uploading as I go. Every episode covers a different day or section of the route. Please subscribe and turn on notifications if you want to follow along. Thank you. Good morning. So I'm leaving Croatia now, Plitvice. My impressions about the area is it's a mixture of things. So I liked the lakes. It was definitely one of the highlights of my journey. But bear in mind that there are so many roads that are in bad conditions. Don't mind this. This is okay. But like there's so many other roads that you will go through that are just absolutely horrendous, but the lakes were, I think they were worth it. So that was Croatia. And now I'm heading to Bosnia and Herzegovina, to Mostar, where I'm gonna stay tonight. So I'm just waiting for the guy in front of me to pay, then I'll fill up and have something to eat. I'll eat on the go, but I'll just buy some food from here, from this station. They've got a shop, so that's good. The fuel price is quite cheap here actually, so it was 1.3 euros per litre. So in comparison to the other countries that I've been to so far, it's quite cheap. And it's definitely cheaper than the UK's as well. So that was nice. So I had to take a detour from the motorway after doing 150 kilometers, or like 150 to 200 kilometers. That was because there's a bit of congestion on the motorway, and Google Maps recommended taking a detour, otherwise we'll be stuck there for quite a bit. So after driving all that distance, I had to pay 18.5 euros at the exit of that motorway. I think it might seem a bit expensive, but the alternative route would have cost me more money on the fuel, and also it will be annoying to kind of drive in small roads and poor conditions. The motorway was excellent, it was just perfect. I still have 53 kilometers to do, and that would be about 1 hour and 6 minutes. So I'll get there at 2:50 p.m. So we are at the border of Bosnia. So I'm in Bosnia now, just past the border. It was less seamless than other borders in Europe, but understandable. So they've checked the passport, car documents, driving license, and then they just let you in. They're nice, but it's not like the other European countries where you just kind of keep driving without even feeling that you've crossed the border. So Bosnia is a secular state and has multiple ethnic groups, but the majority of them are 3 ethnic groups. Bosniaks, who are 50%, and they are Muslims, majority. And then we have the Serbs, who are 30%, and they are mostly Orthodox Christians. And then the Croats, who are 15%, and they're mostly Catholics, and then 5% is just others. So it's quite interesting, the mixture of religions here. You see lots of mosques and then lots of crosses and churches. Very, very interesting. I've just been to the petrol station. 1 litre is for £1. That is perfect. That's the sign to Mostar to the left. Only 10 more minutes to drive and I'll get to the hotel, so that's good to know. So it's 4 p.m. now and I've already checked in. I'll I'll go to the landmarks that I've labelled on my offline Google Maps, but the trouble is I don't have internet, so I wouldn't be able to kind of find out lots about these places. So what I would do is I'll go to these sites and then probably add a little bit more info about them when I'm editing. So this is the Neretva River, and we have the old bridge there and the Halabija Tower over there. So the good thing is that all the landmarks are quite close to my hotel, so I don't have to take my car, so that is nice. Oh, is that guy gonna shot? I think he is gonna jump, yeah. Yeah, I think he just changed his mind. He's not gonna do it. This part of the city is full of stairs, and it's quite similar to a maze. So I'll try and get to the bridge and walk over it to cross to the other side of the city, where there is an old mosque. It's one of the landmarks, and then we've got a museum also on that side. Basically the theme of that museum is just to talk about the genocide that happened in the 1995. Just passing by some small shops and restaurants. I've got a restaurant saved for later to have some local food. It's very busy in this part of the city, extremely busy and packed, as you can see here. So we're entering the bridge. You can see how crowded it is. I had to make a stop to take some souvenirs because you've got lots of options near this area. It's very, very packed. And there are some people that actually jump from here into the river. Try to find an empty spot to record a video. Very windy. You can see it has like some elevated bricks. Not sure what the function of these is. I think this is the mosque that we're heading to. And this is the other side of the river. And that's the other side of the town. And I think that's the museum. So now I know the function of these elevated bits, because the ground is quite slippery, so I nearly slipped and fell down, so basically now I need to hold on to it with every step I'm having. So this is the other side of the town, just as busy, full of small shops, a bit more colourful. Found lots of ice cream places here and souvenirs. So you can hear the adhan now. So it's about €9 to enter.
I'd like to know who's done it. Who has done it? Who's responsible? It's not you, obviously, is it?
So this is Muhammad Basha Mosque. I'm not sure if the interior is open now. I think it's closed, but I'll double check. So it's open now, and I'll go to the minaret, but you need a ticket for that. So we're going in now to the mosque. It's free to go inside if you want to pray, but if you want to go to the minaret, you have to pay about £7, just maybe £5.50, €7. It's from the 1600s. Very nice. The minaret is over there, so I'll start going upstairs. Looks like it's going to be lots of stairs. I think it was 30 meters high, but I need to double check that fact, and I'll write it down when I'm editing. As you can see here, the city is basically built on a mountain, and that explains the many stairs that you have to take to get to places, because you go in steps. You can notice that here, like houses are at different levels. Actually, I quite like this city, it's very nice. So that's the restaurant. Hopefully they allow people who don't have reservations. So I'm just going back to the hotel now. The food was just absolutely amazing.